Okay, so I mentioned that gluten is the enemy. Gluten is found majorly in all flour products. Okay, all flour products, your cakes, your bread, your semo, your wheat, your pasta, your noodles, your pastries, your cake, your ice cream, your refined sugar. Somebody will ask what else is remaining. Yes, everything that is in a pack, white mostly in color. I'll still tell you what I'm drinking. It's one of the things you need to get. White or brown in color. Flour product, you need to get off it. Even without a detox. If you're able to get off these things on this list, you will see a remarkable change in your body. I am telling you. If you're able to, and I recommend baby steps, right? I'm not saying go into your kitchen and pack everything at once that you just shopped. Maybe you just did your major shopping for the month yesterday. And I'm telling you that 90% of everything you shopped, you have to get rid of. Baby steps, right? First, we start by, if probably you eat semo 3 times in a week, we're saying reduce it to two. From two, the next 2 months, you reduce it to one. From one, before you know it, you won't miss it. And if you're someone that loves swallow, the very easy way to get off swallow is to make your soup rich. We're going to tell you the particular soups. Okay. The rule of thumb for soup, I can tell you, I love Calabar. I have a lot of in-laws and other friends from there, but they overcook their foods, especially their rich vegetables. They are, the East is richly endowed, and as also the West with rich vegetables. But a lot of time in the cooking process, we kill the micronutrients that come with the vegetables. So by the time it ends up on your plate, you're only eating seasoning cube and chaff. It's not going to give your body anything. It's going to be there fermenting and making a mess. So your vegetable, and that's why I'm a strong encourager for salads, because they are not cooked. So for your vegetable, for your soup, make them rich. Like they say, put a lot of traffic in it. Do you understand? You can do some seafood, crayfish, dry fish, snail, make it rich, right? Put a lot of volume on your soup and you will not miss swallow. I don't miss swallow. I used to be very addicted to swallow. But if you must eat swallow, please stick with natural swallow. I'm talking about your plantain swallow, your fairness swallow, your millet swallow, your gari, okay? Your fufu is even healthier than semo. Please stay away from processed food. What is processed food? The rule of thumb is if a food comes in front of you, how closely does it look to nature? If you imagine how it was harvested from the farm, right? You're eating plantain chips. Plantain, someone say she loves snacking on plantain chips. That plantain chips you're eating, go and fry your own in your kitchen. Is it as sweet as the one you bought from the supermarket? It's not, because I have seen where they manufacture these things. They add a lot of sugar and they tell you it's honey. You can't tell the difference. You're a consumer. And these things make a mess. A lot of them, moths have been on them because they've been fried for long weeks and they are left in non-aerated and aerobic environment. And a lot of moths are on them and they pack it and they sell to you. So the rule of thumb is try as much as you can to eat homemade food, because when you cook your food, you have more control over what you put, over the seasoning you're using, over the ingredients you're using. When you're buying food from outside, you don't have control. You don't know if the sneezed on it. You don't know the infection the person has. You don't know. You don't know, even when it's branded and packaged. Because we're living in a media world, there's a lot of packaging and advertising and all that. They are telling children, what are they, even for your children? Sorry, this is a little digression. What are the cartoons they are watching? And that's the best way I tell the people. People say, how do you get your son to eat so healthy? I put it in front of him. I put cartoons and values that shows that, that shows him that eating healthy is normal. Sorry. Eating healthy is normal. He sees cartoons where they're taking broccoli, where they're taking, natural stuff, right? Not where they're celebrating candy and where they're saying that you can't eat without pizza, or I love this, I love all the unhealthy stuff, right? So please stay off flour products. They are a mess and you can see your body start changing just by staying off them. Please stay off all forms of caffeine. If you love coffee a lot, I hope you can still see and hear me because a call came in and I was using my office Wi-Fi. So please, I would like to have a confirmation. A lot of times when we mention caffeine, people are taking coffee. Caffeine is not only found in coffee. Caffeine is found in your what's it called? Sorry, they brought my reading glasses. Caffeine is found in your, these are blue rays, right? I use them for the light screen. I don't use glasses like prescription. I just use them to block the rays from. And it's one of the things I recommend if you spend a lot of time on EMF contact with laptop, screen, and all that. It helps to block EMF rays because these things have interaction with your brain cells and they could give you, it could be the reason why you're always feeling headache, migraine, and all that. That's a digression. A lot you have to learn. So caffeine, I was talking about caffeine, it's not just coffee. Caffeine is coming from your soda drink, your energy drinks, which is like a buzz right now. Everywhere you turn, there is one new energy drink coming up there and there. I don't know if you noticed. In the past maybe 6 months, there are over 1,000 new energy drinks that are buzzing everywhere, all laden with caffeine, right? Your black coffee, your green coffee, your white coffee, your energy drinks all contain caffeine. And if you go to my YouTube, I've taken a lot of, time to do a lot of conversations about the impact of caffeine on your health, on your memory span, your brain cells, on your fertility, also for those that are trying for children. We recommend that you slowly ease off caffeine. And I shared also a communication how you can, before your detox, slowly ease off caffeine. Because if you don't, you can expect what I call caffeine withdrawal syndrome, where you start feeling some ease when you're doing the detox. And I think it's the detox, not the detox, it's the withdrawal from the everyday coffee or caffeine that you use, right? So please keep off caffeine. It's doing you no good. If you wake up in the morning, and I made a post recently, and you need a crane to drag you out of bed, and you need coffee to give you attention for the day, there is a problem. It's not normal, right? During your weight loss program, we recommend that you get off fast absorbing carbs. Carbohydrate is good, okay? Carbohydrate is good. It's good food if they are grown from the plants. But your processed carbohydrate is what we have a problem with, right? What is your processed carbohydrate? Your bread, your pizza, your pasta, your rice. Yes, your white rice is processed. I'm sure you have seen how rice came from the harvest. Have you seen brown rice? Brown basmati rice. See how brown it is, unrefined, looking like chaff, looking very ugly. Then compared to your white rice, you can imagine how many vitamins and minerals that they have stripped off it. And when they are now processing it, they are going to now tell you, oh, they're adding additional vitamin A, additional vitamin this. Why do you need to add? Because you removed those things and it cannot be the way that nature projected it. Sorry. Okay. Apologies. I need to reshare my screen. Okay, so please, we need to get off. If you have any struggles or you're thinking, okay, I love eating pasta, what are the other alternatives? We can discuss that, right? But just know that these are no-nos for health generally, especially for your detox program. We're going to give you a detailed meal plan on what you're going to eat. And these are things that you can find around you. The only thing you need to buy out of Nigeria are your supplements. But your food and every other thing you can get from here. Quit smoking if you are passive and active smoking. All right. We have our alkaline hormone balancing herbal tea that we recommend. We also have it in stock. We're going to share a link on how you can order those and get those, or you can buy them from the shops. If you are a tea person and you're wondering what kind of tea you would like to take a walk when you're at the grocery store, take some pictures, and I can recommend and tell you the ones that you can get. Because a lot of them are made of plastic tea bags, you can tell. A lot of them, good brands, for obvious reasons, I can't call their names, but they're made from plastic bags. And I've shared a lot about what plastics in your food do to your immune system, due to a whole lot of things. It's an endocrine disruptor. It makes a mess of your hormones, both for men and women. And so you need to keep plastics away from your food. I've talked about it exhaustively. I've talked about it. I am a non-plastic person, as in if there is anything I'm very, very conscious about, is about plastic on your food. It can make a whole mess, and it can make a total change, in your life if you're able to do that. Then we said get off red meats. If you must eat meat, you have to go lean. What do I mean by lean meat? Your goat meat, your organ meat, your asun, okay? They are called lean meat. Or your white meat, like the chicken, your turkey, but you have to get off beef, right? And you have to get off frozen foods because they are, you can imagine, the very only way I can explain frozen foods to people is that the chicken that you're taking from the frozen shop, that turkey that you bought from the frozen shop, had been dead at least 1 year ago. You can be sure. So you can imagine the embalming chemical and yes, it's embalming chemicals that they use, that they inject on these foods to make them still look fresh to you. And these chemicals, you can't poo them out, you can't sweat it out, you can't wee it out. You ingest it, you cook it, your cooking and your seasoning cannot kill it. It's entering, they are called forever chemicals. They enter your body and they make a mess. They are there until you use something like a functional medicine detox to get rid of them. You can't sweat them out. You can't cleanse it out. Only a liver detox like a functional medicine can get it out. So you really, really need to get off. I understand, but there is a price to pay if you're on the fast lane. Fast food, fast this, fast this, fast this. To kill chicken is a lot of work for you. You don't have time. You just go to this frozen place, they butcher it for you and put in your pot. But there's a price to pay, right? So if you can't afford live chicken, you can't afford fresh food or fresh fish, go to humble crayfish and humble shrimp, and you'll be fine. In fact, animal protein is one of the things that you're going to notice when we start discussing that you really want to, you know, get off. Get off of. It's some of the things that one of the things that you want to. What is vermicillin? I didn't quite get that. What's that? Is that a supplement? Is it a tea? Is it a food? Maybe you can throw more light, right? Someone asked a question. I'm not sure what that is. Please help. Throw some light on what that is. Is it a drug or something? Okay, for water, how much water should you drink across the day? Water is very critical, as you had seen in that video. I would also like a confirmation. I want to know how many of you that watched the video. It's very, very important that I know. So I know how much information you have. So I'm not talking over your head because I'm making these speeches believing that you have watched the video so that if I know that you did not have time to watch it, I would say take some step back to explain some things in details. Oh, it's type of rice. It doesn't make any difference. If the rice is different, it's what's it called? Is refined. It doesn't matter. There's a new one someone mentioned. It's all variants. It's like having different variants of conflicts. It doesn't make it as good as your pap. Someone was saying, I could not believe that there's something wrong with custard. I grew up drinking custard. I even knew custard before I knew pap. That's the whole idea. That's what media is selling us. They're introducing the processed food to the child before the child gets to know what his forefathers were eating. And that was when I started knowing that there's a lot of people don't know. When someone said, is something wrong with custard? I said, yes, custard is totally processed. I'm going to come to the GMO part, but it is totally processed. Everything in it is processed. The corn they are using is not the same type. It's a GMO corn. Corn is number 2 on the top imported GMO foods in the world. So you can be sure that the corn that they're using for the cornflakes you're buying for the children, the corn meals you're using for your children, the custard, unless that custard was made in Ogun State or Lagos State, then I can believe that the corn came from Nigeria. But if it's imported, it came from outside the shores of this country, you can be sure that it were made from GMO corns. And I've made a lot of communications on the dangers of GMO food. GMO is here. Last week or so, I was trying to send to my media person to make a design. I caught a full pawpaw, no single seed was inside. I bought it from a nearby market. So GMO is not, when we talk about GMO, you think no single seed was inside the pawpaw. And it's full, ripe, big, very massive. Okay, so I don't care the type of rice. If it's not in fact, rice is one of the things you want to get out of your food if you're on weight loss. If you're really serious about weight loss, unless it's the old, ancient, brown basmati rice, the one that takes longer to cook like beans, please get off rice. I'm telling you. And just by eliminating it, You will see the difference. You don't need it. There are better foods that can give you nourishment and give you satiation than rice. Rice is the enemy, I can tell you. Rice is the enemy. Okay, said you watched the video but need to report the second one. There is a lot to take in. I agree, there is a lot to take in. Those two videos are just a sneak peek of our 12 weeks metabolic nutritional plan, which is the plan after these 7 days. So it's a course actually. So I just shared that video to give you a sneak peek of the value that is in that program. And that's the game changer. If you're really serious on keeping off weight, it's really the game changer. So keep off rice, leave it alone. You won't miss it. Trust me. I was addicted to rice. Rice and gari was my, and pasta, yes. I was addicted. But when I found good food and I was able to keep trying in the kitchen, recipes different. Yeah, and make your food very simple. Don't make it too complex. When you make your food too complex, it gets too complex even for digestion, right? All right, so I want us to wrap up here because there's some other things I wanted us to touch on. So I talked about water, and the measurement of water is in those videos also. If you're asking how much water should I take, please leave your sweeteners, all those artificial sweeteners, stevia, jam, honey. If you must, maybe honey and brown sugar, if you must. But I can tell you it spikes up blood sugar, which also makes a mess of your weight loss journey. You don't need it. And by the time you finish your functional detox supplements, all those sugar cravings will leave you. You will not, you know that people, and these are one of the symptoms of toxicity. When you have to drink Coke or you have to take some processed sugar to get yourself off jittering. Your body is jittering because you think you need sugar. And the sugar is asking for its processed food. You pass by a bakery and it's calling you like this. It's signs of toxicity. It's not normal. You need a functional medicine detox. And once you do that, all those cravings will leave, right? So dairy also, I'm seriously, about dairy because I know that we grew up on dairy. We grew up on, you must take tea in the morning, right? Grew up on, I don't want to call brand name, but those sweet beverages and you take it with cow milk. That's what we all grew up on, right? So, doing my training courses in Ayurveda and Asian healing and all that, when I was hearing about like cow milk again, is it not milk? What is wrong with milk again? But I can tell you it's one of the top food allergies. And a lot of times, people say, I'm not allergic to anything. I can't eat any food. Because these symptoms, because you've been eating them all your life, you shush off the symptoms as normal. And you think, oh, it's normal for me to feel this way after eating this food. But it's only when you withdraw for such food for a while that you're actually able to see patterns. And when you take them, for example, I stayed off cow milk when I was pregnant with my son, and afterwards, he didn't take cow milk. I started feeding him on good food. Good food. They were our forefathers were feeding on our parents before they became urbanized, right? So cow milk is one of the things, as cow cheese, they're all under dairy, yogurt, both your Greek and non-Greek. I understand if you're a gratula, that's what is trending out there for all the Google trained nutritionists and weight loss people we have out there. They tell you, take what they call it, series, take this, take milk, take egg, keto diet. Keto is another story for another day. And I'll tell you why it feels like it never would work. So please start withdrawing from dairy. If you consume it like every day, you can reduce it to twice in a week. Before you know it, it's off. And don't buy it. It's a no-brainer. You can't eat healthy if you don't have healthy at home. If I open your fridge and I love to always, we are going to do a virtual kitchen audit where I'm going to see, I want to see what's in your fridge. I want to see what's in your pantry. I want to see what you're cooking. Yes, because if you don't have healthy at home, you can't eat healthy no matter how much you wish it. If I open your fridge and I'm saying soda drink, biscuits, cookies, ice cream, yeah, maybe this weekend you have stocked up for movie nights and all that, and you don't have fresh food. When hunger strikes, it's what you have that you're going to eat. There's no, don't try to struggle with willpower. There's nothing willpower can do about it. And I wrote in my book, getting what's it called, losing weight despite your fat genes, how willpower is a failing strategy. You can say, oh, I'm disciplined, there's no such thing. If you have unhealthy in the house, that's what you're going to eat. So the best way is to replace them, or at least have the healthier alternatives available so that you can eat it when it's available. And I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling peckish. Is if I have apple, that's what I'll eat. If it's cookies I have in the fridge, that's what I'm going to eat, right? So dairy is something we want to get off of. Wheat products, soya also, right? Is something we want to get off of. These communications I've shared the reasons. Please follow on Instagram so that because I make a lot of rich, value-free content out there. And that's the way to follow up. Okay. If you're not an Instagram person, I also post on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram so that you can get these values. Right. So then please fill the intake form if you haven't, and the toxicity form if you haven't. It's very, very critical that you do. So are there any questions? Yes, plantain is good food, but I'll tell you what is wrong with it. Because we deal with bio individuality. What do I mean by bio individuality? What is good with one may not be good for another. Okay? Plantain is good food, but it's we call it a high GI food. It's a high glycemic index food. It helps you to pack up weight. So it's good food for someone that is a hard gainer. You know, people that can eat from here to China and their body is not moving, nothing. So plantain is good for them. Yam these are starchy vegetables. They are very good food. They're natural foods. But just know that they are going to help you pack up weight. Do you understand? So I also shared, so what do you eat, right? I think I shared, did I share that? Let me project. If there's any question for what I have shared, please, before we move into the next conversations, any questions? And like I said, there's no stupid questions. And please, I want to make a disclaimer. If you have not, I know Telegram, some of us had to download Telegram because we're not used to it. I wanted to share the meal plan so that we can have a look at it. Let me see if this can project it properly so that you can see I have shared this on the just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. I'm still looking out for questions. Everything we shared, is it clear? Is there anything? The only last question I saw was for plantain. Is there any food that you love that you want to ask if you should be eating it or not? Don't assume. I have cut down on a lot of things. The only thing remaining is beans and vegetables. I cannot just live on just that. Yes, you can't. I agree with you. And that brings us to our next. So we have been trained to eat to survive. Who agrees with that? We have been trained to eat to survive. We just eat to fill up our stomach, you know. But a lot of times we're not thinking, this food I'm eating, is it supplying my body what my body needs, especially at the age where we are. Once you're past 30 years, you cannot just be eating because you want to fill your stomach. It's not sustainable. You need to eat to be sure that you're supplying your body what it needs to grow new cells, because every 120 days, your body has opportunity to grow new cells. Your body is rejuvenating. Your body is doing daily activities like daily detoxifications. So you need to be sure that you're sharing with your body what it needs to grow. So we have, let me know if you can see my screen. I'm projecting, let me see if I can zoom in. I'm projecting the weight loss elimination diet shopping lists. Can you see my screen? Can anyone see my screen? I don't get any response. I know I stopped projecting, but did you see what I shared earlier? Okay. Right now, I'm not sure if you're hearing me because I'm not getting any response. Okay. You saw the screen earlier. Okay, so let me just, it wasn't from here. Let me just project it. Okay, can you see my screen now? So what I'm sharing with you now is, can you see the title, Weight Loss Elimination Diet Shopping List? So when we're doing it, in Ayurveda, we call food ama. What is ama? I shared the different timelines it takes for different food to digest in a functional digestive system. What do I mean by a functional digestive system? A lot of people's digestive system are not functional. They have weak digestive system. So for a perfect functional digestive system, this is how long it takes food to digest. It takes 20 minutes for juices, blends, smoothies, pureed foods to leave your system. About 20 to 30 minutes for it to leave your system. What I mean is from mouth to your small intestine. For animal food, it takes about 3 hours. What I mean by animal protein, animal foods are your meats, right? Your meat, your asun, your chicken, your turkey, it takes about 3 to 4 hours. So now you understand why we gave that as the maximum time of your meal spacing. Because when you have food in your stomach and it's still digesting and you're snacking on top of it, that's what causes bloating and fermentation. Because the food has not left your system. So the body needs to take it from your esophagus down to your small intestine, to your liver, to your large intestine, out to it gets out of your system. It's fully digested to your large intestine. That's when it's ready for you to defecate and to leave your system, and it has absorbed all the food. But if you're starting on food on top of it again, that's what causes, because the digestion is not proper, and it takes longer if the digestive system is also weak. It takes longer, but I'm saying in a perfect digestive system, that's how long it takes for animal proteins. You can see animal protein, under protein, your chicken, your turkey, your duck, your game meat, that's your asun, your organ meat, your liver, your kidney, your organ meat. This is how long your beef, buffalo lamb, this is how long it takes. 3 hours to leave your system. So if your digestive system is weak and every day you're eating chicken, every day you're eating turkey, every day you're making matters worse. So the first step is to strengthen, declog those things in your colon, in your digestive system. Work on your gut system with your functional medicine detox to cleanse those things that are making it, unable to digest food properly. So if you have not dealt with the root causes and you're still eating heavy food that are not easy to digest, you're only making matters worse. So everything on this list is good food. But the things that we canceled are the things that, if your aim is weight loss, you have to watch the proportions with which you eat them. And during your 7 days detox, there are particular meals which is coming mostly from these areas that are not canceled, right? So if your aim is weight loss, you see these ones that are canceled, they are not bad food, but we have to, do it in proportion. We have to watch the frequency with which we eat them, and we have to do it because they are going to help you pack up weight, and they are difficult. They take time to digest. I hope I'm making sense. So everything on this list are healthy meals. They are good food. Someone asked, I can't live on beans, on vegetables, but you have animal protein, you have fish, you have chickpeas. When I saw chickpeas for the first time, I'm now like, okay, how do you eat this? But it tastes so nice. It's like an elder brother of granuts, if you like snacking on granuts, but it has to be roasted. And you can get it from major supermarkets, Ebano, Spar. I don't know if you have Indian supermarkets around you, all these Asian supermarkets. They have lots of these things. They have them, just that you have not noticed them because you're not seeking it. Now you know the name, so you have to go and seek it, and it's there. I don't think anything on this list needs to be imported. Everything here you can get either from your local farm or from your Asian supermarkets or from major supermarkets. You see them like chickpeas and all that, they are in sachets, in packs. So and I have also shared a lot of YouTube video on how to make them. You can check online how to make chickpea. The easier way, I like it as snacks. So I just roast it like you're frying granules. I just put sea salt on it and roast it, and I keep it in my car. That's what I snack, traffic, in the office, and all that. So it's a good snack. You can also make several meals with it. Okay, there are several recipes online. You just try what works and add your Nigerian pepper, and it tastes all nice. Okay, so animal protein fish. Okay, these are the list of fishes I'm going to show you because I see a lot of people, they go to fish market, they are buying these humongous size fishes. Some of them are mercury laden, and I'm going to share a list with you, categories of fishes that, but the normal ones, like your Titus, your Anla, your Kote, right? But all those humongous big ones, most of them are high in mercury, right? And mercury is a huge deal. And I'm going to share a list with you, but these are the list of your mackerel, like, for example, is what we call Titus here, right? You can check online, you see our own name, and what we call them here, and banla and all that is all here. Your shrimp, but we recommend that it has to be wild caught. What is wild caught? None of these things is when you seek them, you find them. Shop for their markets that we have fishers that bring their markets there. Or some of you drive through island, if you're in Lagos, you see by the seashores there, you see women selling fish, shrimp, prawn. Those are wild caught. You can compare that shrimp with the one you buy from, I'm sorry, I don't want to call for market names, one of these malls. You see the one you buy in those malls, the shrimp are as if they drew it. Very clean, pinkish, very lovely. They are GMO foods. You see a shrimp that you bought from a supermarket is as big as snail. Then the one you bought from markets is like crayfish size. What do you think they injected in that one that looks so clean? That it must have died 1 year ago, but they preserved it and brought it for you in Nigeria and put it in the mall. Anything you're buying from supermarkets, especially from the freezers of supermarkets, they have to be very, very careful. Look for the label. Is it made in Nigeria? If it's not made in Nigeria, you are likely eating a GMO food. That was a great digression, but a good one. So for vegetables, these are vegetables. My only disclaimer is for kale. I found out that kale, a lot of people that have weak digestion, it gets them bloated. So you may have to just stick with your the vegetable you have in the market. If you can't source, this is fine. Your ugu is good. Your bitter leaf is good. Your local vegetable, your green leaf, your water leaf, the ones you see in the market. I think Nigeria is so blessed with a lot of vegetables, right? We are so blessed. Your celery also is good. Cucumber is a vegetable a lot of people don't know, but it's good. You can eat it, with your cashew nuts, your nuts, and all that. Broccoli and cauliflower is my favorite vegetable of all time. I love making it very simple. I just make it with bala fish and make sauce out of it. Or I'm making it with shrimp. I don't make it complex. Very simple. I add some stew, and I'm fine. Okay, and I don't overcook it. The cooking time is less than 10 minutes because that's when but ensure that you wash it very, very well. Wash it in generous amounts of water. Okay, wash it very well. The very simple way to wash your fruits and vegetable is to use white vinegar. The one they use to wash salads. Yes, white vinegar. It should always be in your kitchen, right? Wash it in generous amount of water. You can add 3 cups to maybe 3 cupfuls of the vinegar to maybe like 5 cups of water. Soak it in there. Your fruits, that's if you're buying your fruits, your vegetables, soak it in there for about 20 minutes. Then wash in normal water before you store in your freezer or in your fridge, right? So good fats are your avocado. And I love talking about good fats here because we fry a lot in this country. Oh, we fry. We fry meat, we fry fish, we fry. By the time you fry. By the time your food is served, you're not eating anything. But we like the crunchiness, right? Yes. So the oils that you must fry with are the ones I'm showing. And I love that they're expensive. So that reduces your fry and helps you to explore other forms of cooking. Roast your food, grill it, cook it, boil it, steam it. These are healthier forms of cooking. okay, instead of frying. But if you must fry, you have to use avocado oil, which is about, I don't want to call the price because I want to make this video evergreen. It's quite expensive. At least it's more expensive than your groundnut oil. Okay, so your coconut oil also in glass. Please buy your oils in glass. If you're buying your oils like avocado oil, your olive oil, please buy them in dark glasses, not in plastics, right? These are oils that you can use to cook and cook your food, your stew, your everything you cook with oil. If you can't, stick with your red oil, the one your grandfather gave us. Yeah. It's just that media has tried to convince us that everything that our ancestors handed over to us is flawed. And that's a lie. That's a lie. This is what they grew up on, being celebrating 100 years, 120 years. Now, we're celebrating people that died at 40, died at 70. 70 now is the new 100. What happened? A digression from lifestyle and healthy living. That's the only thing that changed. Urbanization, it has done a lot of wrong. So let's go back. Your banga soup, right? Those are your local oils. Right now, they're telling that your canola oil. Have you seen canola seed? Do you know what it means to make oil out of that? And just so you know, those of you that glamoring about canola oil and all that, you think you're spending your money hard, and it's so expensive. It's a top GMO, fat around the world. In top import is, I think, it's number 4. I'm going to share this list with you, the dirty dozens, right? So, and you can see these things for yourself. So these are the list of oils. Let's go over to. I hope you can still see. I'm not talking to myself. Please, can you confirm? Is what I'm saying making sense? Is it relatable? I would like to know. Please send a chat or say something. Is it something you can relate to? Is it making sense? Right? I would like to know. Okay, so I wanted to zoom in. Okay, so the root vegetables, you can see it's cancelled though, but you can see what I have there. Your yam, your potatoes, your the other names, because my customers, 80, what I say, the last statistics was 64% of our clients are in diaspora. So I make a lot of, you might be seeing, if you're in Nigeria, you might be seeing a lot of Oyibo food. I'm wondering, what am I writing this for? A lot of my clients are in diaspora. So I try to make my contents to be able to serve them also. If I'm putting only ugu, green, bitter leaf here, and they can't find it there, I have not served them. So I try to put some of these lines. Some of them will have clients coming from, from India, we have clients from Canada. Yucca is what they find. They find a lot of yucca, they find a lot of beets in their market. So I have to be sure that what I'm serving can also is something that they can see in their shops, right? So choose the one that relates to you. Whoever knew that carrot was a vegetable, it's a root vegetable and it's fattening. So I see a lot of people, they say they're making carrot juice and they say they want to lose weight. You're joking. You're joking. I see people, they are eating, what's the name of this series that over there now? Is it, what's the name of this series? You guys that eat it, right? You wake up in the morning. Gives me the why. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. So carrots, they are fattening. They are good foods, but they'll help you pack up weight, right? Because they are high GI foods. They help you spike up blood sugar, right? So they are fattening. Your yam is a very good food. I love yam. Okay, I eat yam now, but I don't eat it every day because I know there is a high GI food, right? So you see what information does. So they are not bad food, but because you know by individuality, you know where you are, and you know your body stocks up weight easily. We call them the endomorph body types in Ayurveda. People that stock up their easy gainers. We look at cookies and we add weight, right? So because you know, you're careful how you eat these good foods. They are not bad food, but you're careful, right? Your oats. I talked about oats several times. If you love oats, I love oats also because I don't get satiated easily. I always have a side bowl of oats after my smoothie for breakfast, but it must be steel cut or porridge oats, not quick oats, quaker oats. Quaker oats, like you said, it's 2 minutes oats. All these 2 minute things, 2 minutes. That's the way they digest very fast and spike up blood sugar. And blood sugar immediately, spikes up your fattening cells and help you to gain weight and look stuffy, right? So your millets. So millet is good source of for your swallow instead of semo, but just know that is going to help you pack up weight. So you have to a fist size is what we recommend for your swallow. If you're still struggling with swallow, you can choose from your gari, your millets, okay, your buckwheat, your steel cut oats, okay. You see this is in the shop, they're in the malls. Just I've not noticed them. So you choose them over coca oats, right? Someone has a chat. Let me read before I continue. You're the first person that has told the truth about fruits. Thank you so much for sharing. Garden egg is beautiful. Is beautiful. Is a vegetable also, right? Is a vegetable. Is good. Is good. So for fruits, we can see we divided our fruits into low GI and moderate GI. GI here means glycemic index. And then we have high GI. Okay, so what's it called? Your low GI food, and that's why when I'm going to start discussing your meal plan, you see a lot of berries there. Okay, so where am I going to get berries? Do you know that strawberries are now grown in Nigeria? I've been to the farm in Jos because me, I like to know. So when they tell me something, I want to go and see before I recommend it. So I have a source that supplies my strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and they supply from no preservative. They just freeze it and deliver to you. And they have franchises all over the country. They have in Lagos. I can share their contacts. I'm not getting anything from them. It's not like I'm marketing them, but if I see something good and it works for me, it works for my clients as well. So if you like to use them, but if you can't afford it, I understand that it's quite expensive, but I can tell you, your ugu, your apple, your kiwi cannot give you what blueberries can give you. You can see that it's number one on this list. There are immense, irreplaceable benefits of berries. I can't deceive you. I can't tell you that you can eat your ugu and cucumber and it will give you what blueberries will give you. They are not on the same playing field, right? They are not on the same, they are not mates. They are one of the top antioxidants. So if you're over 30, I recommend, if you can afford it, start with at least 2 times a week to take blueberries. So I strongly recommend it. Why I recommend blueberries more than strawberries is because of pesticides. What I mean is you see a lot of strawberries being sold by malams in the traffic, right? A lot of them are imported. And because a lot of them are imported, they're sprayed with a lot of pesticides, and you can't totally wash it out, even with the vinegar that I prescribe. But because blueberry has a softer surface roll, so you can easily wash. But you know how strawberry is, it has a lot of pores, right? So it gets into the fruit. That's why I recommend that. And because they are on the list of the dirty dozens, I'm going to share, if I have not shared, the list of the dirty dozens. Strawberries is topmost. I think it's the number 2, if I'm not mistaken, on dirty dozens, the 12 dirty dozens list that gets laden with pesticides, especially if they are imported. Okay, but your humble green apple, you can't go wrong with green apple. It's affordable, right? I think right now it's 100. I buy mine in. See, I don't buy in small bits, and it's economical that way. Okay, when we go to major markets, if you open my fridge, there's always, I wish I could show you a picture. I think I could. So I see what my fridge looks like. So when we do major buy-ins and it's more cost effective, the juice we find in my fridge is orange juice, freshly squeezed orange juice. So we buy like as if we want to sell the orange and we stock them in glass bottles. I don't throw away glass bottles. I have like maybe 1,000 glass bottles in this house and I'm always buying because glasses are evergreen. You can't go wrong with glasses. It keeps you off plastics. And these are citric acidic foods. You don't want to store your oranges. That's why I see people that say they're taking orange juice and I'm looking at this in plastic. You're drinking all the plastic chemical, the BHA in that plastic. You're drinking it along with that juice. And you can't poo it out. You can't wee it out. It's there for women. It will make them miss their menses for a long time. For men, it could give them migraine. It could make them feel blood. It has a lot of mess that it can make. So I can't talk enough about plastics. I'm an anti-plastic person, especially when it hasn't got contact with your food. So stick with glass. And you get glass every day. You buy cashew nuts, you buy granules. That glass, don't throw it away. Wash it. Store your water, your juice, in it. Wash it. Remember when you used to visit your grandparents? Is it not inside clay pot that you stay cold water? Eh? If you have listened to my story, you understand why I'm so passionate about this thing. So If you can't afford blueberries and all that, start with your apple. And I buy apple in bulk. I buy it, you know how they sell it? They say 1 hand, 2 hand. I buy like 5 hand because it's one of my favorite fruits and snacks in the house. You always find something in my fridge to snack with. So it's very easy for us to eat healthy in this house. But what I would recommend is for green apple, please cut off the back when you're eating, okay? Just like your lemon also, because a lot of them are imported. Remember that I said that they preserve these things for it not to have spots when it gets to you through pesticides. What is pesticide? That mosquito spray. The content of that mosquito spray you spray in your house, or you spray the herbicide that they spray in the farm. That's what they spray on this fruit. So you don't want to not ingest it, right? So you wash with sponge. You should have a sponge that you use to wash your fruit. Or better still, when I'm cutting for my son, I cut off the back. And that's the way he even loves it. Yesterday, the teacher called me concerned because he's a new teacher because they just entered a new school. I have a 4-year-old. So my teacher said, Mommy, Leroy, is there a problem? Because if you call me during work hour, like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? Because my son doesn't get sick very frequently. Hardly. Hardly. He doesn't. And that's because we ensure. When was the last time we went to the hospital? It's been a very long time. Okay. Like I'm feeling unease. I've had a lot of stress at work and all that. So okay, I'm here, I'm sniffing, I'm feeling not well. But I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not on any drug. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know that it's stress. I just need to distress, calm down, take some calming foods, right? Take some time to rest. Take some food that are easy to digest, a lot of smoothie, and that's why I'm taking this, which I'm going to still introduce to you. Let the body heal itself. I don't need to start taking antibiotics. I was very sickening. There was a time every month there's always something I'm treating. I'm not treating infection. I'm treating malaria, treating typhoid. I'm treating. Is one problem after the other until I found natural medicine. Oh my goodness, my life changed. Having a small child every 2 weeks, we are going to the hospital. If you're not treating tonsillitis, if you are treating, they say it's bacteria. Whatever out, he's sneezing, it's viral, it will go. Let him sneeze. Let him sneeze it out. Right? It will go. Let the body heal itself. And also, we are on some particular daily multivitamins, okay? Which I'm also going to introduce to you. You can use them for your family. You don't need to go to the hospital because these drugs, apart from the fact that they contain heavy metals, they are addictive. And that's why people are, even something as simple as paracetamol. There are people, it's always in their bag. They cannot, every day they're taking paracetamol. Why? It's addictive. You're stuck on it. Sorry, I keep digressing. I keep moving, but because these things are things that a lot of people, and sadly, a lot of medical practitioners and a lot of nutritional experts are not talking about it as passionately as much as they should. All right. And that's why I want results with you so that people like you can talk to more people about this thing. So for weight loss, we recommend the low glycemic. You can see my screen. And the moderate glycemic. For apples, please stick with the green apple. The red apple is higher in sugar. Right? Oranges are good food. My son loves oranges, so he takes more of it. But I know that I take it once in a while. It's good for men, right? But for women, if you pack up weight, it's to help you pack up weight a lot. Okay, so especially the orange juice. But if you're eating the fiber, it's very good for you, even for your digestive system, right? Grapefruits are also very good, but they are moderate glycemic, right? Even your what's it called? The grapes you buy along your way is also falls under this category. Water lemon is very good, and the caveat to watermelon is that even though it's a higher glycemic food, because it's a densely hydrating fruit, I recommend it very strongly for weight loss because it helps you make up your water content for the day and it keeps you fuller for a longer time. So I see people that are doing weight loss smoothie, they are adding apple and they are adding mango, they are adding banana, they are adding pineapple, and I'm laughing. They will never achieve that weight loss. Why? Because they are high glycemic food. They are good foods, but they help you pack up weight. I want us to touch on something else before we wrap up. Do you have any questions coming from this? But most plans are all about fruits, and I'm always bloated. Yes. So now you can see this is not about fruits. I noticed that fruits make me add weight. It depends on what type of fruit you're taking. And it depends on your digestive system. And that's why we are doing this detox so that we can heal where the food is coming. So that when the right foods come, they can actually, your body will be able to absorb them. Is there any other question? Someone can speak up. Please unmute your mic and tell me what you think. I want to hear from you. What do you think about what we have shared? Does anyone resonate with you? Do you have any questions? Something that is not clear?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the lecture. You've been so educative and so good. Sorry that I've not been participating so much in the group.
Okay.
I'm not a group person. Most times I don't really talk in the group. I prefer like one-on-one, maybe class where I can actually speak up and just. But that's by the wayside. I just have like contribution, like for processed foods, like because I'm into the business of processed foods. And what I process is plantain, unripe plantain, and beans. And most times, like I know people say things about, oh, they have processed foods, it's still longer. I know they are not. We can never replace fresh foods with processed foods, but sometimes like us, because I am in, like, I know the way it's being processed. I can actually say that it's not we hardly add chemicals to the processed food. What we normally do is more of drying. Like once you dry the food and you remove moisture from the food, that's water, it can actually stay for a very, very long time. So that's what we must. Of course, we have the machines for drying. And in that aspect, like where moisture is really, I know the nutrients cannot be as fresh, but it's there's a lot to take in. Like there's a lot that can, like, compared to the normal amala people buy out where it's normally sunned, but this is actually controlled, and temperatures, everything is controlled. So in my question is, in such kind of because people really want, it's very difficult to make these things, especially when if you know how the the country is. It's not if you live in Lagos, you will not want to be doing this every day because you go to work, you come back, there's traffic. In such kind of situations, I would really like suggest that if you want to, you should actually, I know we can't check all the products and all that and everything. I would prefer that when people go to buy things, they should actually check the back, what preservatives are used. And if you notice that, like I tell people to do a little bit of study, if you check the preservatives and you see that some processed foods, like they are not like in that, they don't form in that category, you can go ahead and buy, because sometimes it's difficult, but you don't eat it. Like it depends on your diet, like you say. You don't. It's difficult when you tell someone, "Oh, fresh, fresh, fresh." I know we're doing fresh, but some it's also good for you to still explore. That's my contribution to it, because if you say, okay, fresh, fresh, fresh all the time, I know definitely, like, you still have to still come back to to particular food. So I normally tell people, I know it's difficult. Even the oil, the avocado oil you buy in the glass bottles, or this, most of these foods have to still go through processed. You have to process them, like your oil. It comes from. It's not it's not mount oil. You have to process the oil. It's all these are processed food, so you will need to check. But for palm oil, like some of, like us that do palm oil, is different from the palm oil that is imported because of the chemicals they use. So I actually tell people, when you want to buy processed food, just go to the back of the food, or just check or do a little bit of research before you chase it. So that's just my contribution to this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. you see, there are some key highlights, that was shared. I'm trying to open on my, because there's something that she mentioned that is very valuable. She has this view, one, because this is what she does, and because it's something that she's eating. She is also conscious of how it is being. I wanted to share my screen because I wanted to show you something. Okay, just a minute. Okay, trying to do something, but it doesn't. Can you see my screen? I'm trying to. Aha, I'm sure you can. You can see my screen, right? I'm sure you can, right? Can anyone see my screen, please? Hello? Can anyone please? Because I'm logging in with my phone because I want to. Yes, I can. Good. So this is my phone. There is an app called Healthy Living, right? I think every adult should have it. Every adult should have it. So this is Healthy Living. Download that app. It's owned by EWG. EWG, it's a company. Let me see if they give you a little bit about them. So they compile a lot of information about what you eat, what you put on your skin, products, and all that, and your food. You can see talking about your food, your vegetable, almost everything you buy from the supermarkets. A good number of them has been audited by EWG. So I recommend this app. I use it to check, just like she mentioned, for any new product that you want to explore, right? So just download the app. It's very, very easy, right? So to know, and how do you use it to, when she talked about checking label, because a lot of people may not know, okay, even if I check the label, if I see the ingredients, how will I know? How do I know if it's bad or good? EWG is your go-to, right? So what I simply do is I just take the products. You can see there is a list of things. If it's your series, your personal care, your shampoo, your baby food. Let's go on that food. Condiments. There are several things that you can check. Your biscuits, it's so many things. As long as it is processed, especially the imported ones, it's very easy for you to tell. Let me see if we can. Let's take soda. Let's look for, let's choose maybe a lemon and lime soda, right? So it has ratings for everything, right? It has ratings for everything. So you can check, this is your Sprite that you normally buy. It will show you if it has any food concerns, and it tell you what the food concern is about. It will show you what it is rated and why it is rated that, how many added sugar it has. It is dummy proof. As in, if you know nothing about integrative health, please download this app. Just spend time. You can even start with the ones in your house. Okay? So this is if you scan, you can scan. I'm going to show you how to scan. You can scan and the product will not come out. Maybe because they have not audited it. But if you type the name of the product or the one of the ingredients you're looking for. Okay, look at your conflicts. I'm sure everybody knows this, right? It's either you grew up eating it or your children are eating it. So this product is not certified organic, and they'll tell you the reason, because 95% of it must have been produced with synthetic pesticides and is not free of GMO ingredients. It will tell you the specific non-ingredients, it will tell you the added flavor, and the flavor, the company refuses to disclose what it's about. So there is so much. This is a digression, but it's a good one. I think it's a valued valued added. So what I do is I use the scan. If I click this allow now and put a product under it, right? It will show me, it will just automatically show me that product and what the ratings are. You can do it for your household cleaner. You can do it for your personal care products, your cream, your soap, your perfume. Just start with what you have in the house. And that is what she was sharing about, reading the ingredient, even the label. But I'm going a step further. because not everybody that can interpret, even if they see the wrong ingredient, they won't know what is there. So you can start with your makeup, you can start with your fragrance, you can start with your skincare products, you know. Just a digression, but this is an app that you should have. You can download it immediately and share your experience, what you found and what you think, right? I just thought to share that. Thank you for sharing that value. And
Thank you for this.
yeah,
So
you
grateful.
take time and go through it. You would love it, as in you can just go to the supermarket when you see a new product, just put your scan on and take that barcode and put it under. It will bring up that product. You read everything about the product. If it's a food product, maybe they see what you're feeding your children. Maybe your skincare, everybody's talking about perfume now. They're making memes about perfume and sunscreen. It is all intentional. Check it, and you will know. Let's say maybe Dove, right? I'm sure everybody knows Dove, right? Let's search Dove. So we can show you all Dove products. Let's just choose one. Just choose this one. So it's rated it 4. And to tell you why it's a 4, right? To show you things about it that you can't read from the label. To show you its allergy issues that it has. To show you that it has endocrine issues. To show you it's a whole lot of information. And to show you, allergy, if it has cancer prone issue, if it has developmental issue, so that when you're using these things on your skin, on your children, you know what you're doing. Let's say Victoria's Secret, right? Victoria's Secret. Because I did this a lot with my, when you tell people stop using this, I don't like telling, because these are adults. I don't like telling adults stop using this. I show you why you should not use it. So that when you're making a decision, you know why. I know this body mist is a very popular one. This Victoria's Secret body mist is rated a 9. And the highest toxicity in this app is 10. Why? Look at their reasons. For fragrance. Anything you see the word fragrance, this is what it's showing you. That it can cause allergies, respiratory distress, it has immunotoxicity, it has endocrine system. This thing can make someone miss their menses for a long time, have PMS issues and all that. So you can go and read up. Let's just say this is one of them. You can see. And when a product has so many, see, we are still scrolling. See list of ingredients in one product. When a product has so many, that's the rule of thumb. I don't even bother. If it's more than 5 ingredients, forget it. I just drop it like a hot pan. Do you get? If you have to have so many ingredients, there's so many things you're hiding. So I just thought to share that. I hope this is value for you. And that is just to emphasize what she said. So deal with your local produce. Like I said, you only have control over what you produce. And that is what she's saying. Because she's producing it, she knows what she's adding, right? But you don't know what someone else, and that's what she said. Engage with patronize your local farmers, patronize your local distributors, patronize your local processing people, because they are eating these things and they are local. They cannot even afford the expensive pesticides. They cannot afford the expensive additives. Do you understand? I can tell you, like the cornflakes that they made here, or whatever, pap meal or corn meal that they make in Lagos or in Ogun State, they cannot afford all those, colorant, what's it called, addictive, and they can't afford it. So it is purer than the expensive one you buy.
And there's something I really appreciate. That's the reason the major reason why I even joined this course is because aside you being I've listened to so many plans and all that, like I don't know how, but yours, I had to just be a part of it, because number one, you live in our environment, first of all. Then secondly, you don't just live in an environment, you know challenges that we face. And I noticed something: most people, most planners, or most food health or health providers, they design their health their health schedule based on what they know. Like the Indian man would provide something based on what the Indian people eat. But for us in Nigeria, we have, I notice most of our food are high in starch, and the ones that are the vegetables, we don't usually eat those except it is either cooked or it's has gone through a lot of process, a lot of mostly fire. So that's the reason why this patronizing Nigerian food or Nigerian farmers is very, we should
Absolutely.
I think we should hammer on it more. We should actually get it. And most times they also want to buy it cheap, you
Mm-hmm.
see. And getting these things done is not cheap, especially when
Absolutely.
you want to go through this thing. So I really,
Absolutely.
really appreciate what you like, this thing that you just shared. If we can upload more of our, like, I don't know, if we have, if So Precious is something that So Precious can actually do, you can design something like this as well and have it like an app so that people can actually check what they buy and compare it
Absolutely.
with actually what the Nigerian food is offering. Maybe
Mm.
then people tilt to more, Nigerian food and eat more healthy. So just
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. That was very, very apt. Thank you so, so much for sharing. Someone is raising, someone wants to say something. Someone's hand is up. Please, you can just unmute and speak. Yeah. So patronize our local farmers. It's not because we're looking for patronize local. I say it everywhere. Patronize local because we don't know enough bad thing yet to afford all the bad things. So we normally would stick with homegrown. And if you can afford some space in your garden, I have a farm where I get my ugu and all that. And I'm sure they're not using synthetic fertilizers and all that because that's another discussion for another day. A lot of people wonder, oh, but if it doesn't fill me up. That's because the nutrients in the soil and the fertilizers that they are using and the pesticides and the herbicides and are reaping the soil of its benefits of being able to supply the food what it needs to assimilate. Is a whole biotechnology conversation, but or like your fresh fish. Fresh fish is something I would recommend. But fish is farmed now. You see a lot of them, they are clustered and they are feeding them with pesticides and GMO foods and all that. And the animals that you eat that eat these GMO foods are going to end up in your body. They're going to end up in your body. Which day was it? I sent someone to the market. The person sent me a picture of one big fowl. If you see the fowl, it's a chicken. It was looking like a turkey. He couldn't even move. Very big. They said, "Ah, madam, this one, has plenty flesh. Is this amount? They call one big amount." I said, even if for free, I'm not taking it. You can be sure. Look at the other agile chicken, native chicken that the leg is on the ground that is feeding everywhere, free range. You cannot compare the nutrients it's going to produce to that big one. That big one has gotten a lot of injections that made the fat very big and bigger than, when you go to London, none of you travel. You see garlic, ginger, small ginger that is like the size of cucumber. You see tomato that is the size of a watermelon. You see what humongous watermelon, and they are here. They are not far. So please patronize your local. I hope we have spent enough time to talk about. I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you on the need to choose natural. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. I'm telling you, it's cheaper than these things you're buying. So let's look at our meal plan, right? Just before we look at the supplements, let's look at the meal plan. Right? Because now I've told you all the things you shouldn't eat, and someone is wondering, what is now the meaning for us to eat? A lot. I love food though. Those of you that know me know. I love eating a lot. So I ensure that I search for things that work here. So we have your meal plan during that 7 days of the detox, because when you're doing a detox, naturally 30% of your energy, your daily energy, goes for digestion. So when you're going easy on digestion, you're regenerating that 30% of your energy to immune function building, for cell repair, for a lot of other things, instead of digestion. So what we're doing during the detox period is to give your digestive system some space to heal. While we are supplying it with the supplements that it needs to recoup and get better, we are also taking it easy with hard to digest foods. So the foods that you're going to have, especially in these 7 days, are easy to digest meals. And it's just for 7 days. You won't die, trust me. I have lived without water for 7 days. Yes, and I'm also going to talk to you about some sort of intermittent fasting that we're going to add to this detox plan. That is very easy and applicable, just once a week, right? I recommend you do that from Sunday. We're going to come to that. Let me not put the house before the cat. From Sunday to Monday, you just do liquid fasts, right? Just one day. What it does is that, let me not, when we get there, we'll get there. It's very, very easy to do. And I'll show you what, you're not dry fasting. You're going to be taking, but it's all liquid. And you're going to be taking some particular supplements, what's it called? Smoothies and juices. Just one day in a week. You can do it. Right? So when you wake up, with this structure, you're not thinking in these 7 days, once you start, you're not thinking, oh, what do I eat? I've made it very easy. What you do when you wake up at every point in time, right? So between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., we don't recommend skipping of breakfast. And that's why I said, if you're on any weight loss plan that is telling you to skip breakfast, the person wants to wreck your hormones. The person doesn't know what they're doing. And it's sad that a lot of Google trained health experts. And I always ask, with the influx of so many weight loss, if you go to Instagram, there's so many weight loss plans, so many. And that's when people say, let's run ads. I say, ads. You want to go and start competing out there? Leave it. The people that hear our message and they resonate with our message, they will come and buy into our plan. When they finish trying those ones that don't work, and if it doesn't work, they are going to do for us. Right? I hope you can still hear me. Showed me network or stable network, blah, blah, blah. But I hope you can still hear me. All right? So, sorry, just a minute. I need to. So, what was I saying? So I made this plan to make it very simple. What you do when you wake up, and you're not skipping meals. You're eating like they say, 3 square meal. You're eating 3 square meal. And if you're someone that's still struggling with low blood sugar levels and all that, we can sneak in some snacks. But for the weight loss plan, I recommend, of course, I've explained why you should give at least 3 hours in between your meals to give your space. The first meal and the next meal should have at least 3 hours to give your body space from the esophagus to your large intestine for the food to fully digest and leave your body before you put in another one. If not, it's going to keep layering and you ferment and you're gassing and you're feeling bloated and all that because you're heaping food over food and you're not allowing digestion to happen, right? And I made a scenario. It's like when you are, what you're doing in these 7 days, that when you are mopping your house, and visitors or maybe your husband or your spouse or somebody just coming in with more issues and crossing. It's irritating, it's annoying, right? You're not going to clean effectively. So during this detox, we are cleaning the house. You know, when your shop says we are cleaning, we'll put shop closed, right? We are cleaning. So we don't want to start adding heavy foods that will disrupt things. We want the body to heal itself. So you don't skip breakfast. You wake up and you take your morning Gatorade, and I shared with you what it is. It's just sea salt and lemon juice, right? When I share the supplement list, you're going to see that. So that's what you wake up with, and you do your stretches. I'm going to show that in the next slide. But here we're discussing food. What do you eat? So from 7 to 10 a.m. is the best time to eat. We'll call it the Ayurvedic rhythm clock. There are times. It's amazing how much nature tells us, but we refuse to see. Nature is telling you that when you wake up, when the sun comes up, it's telling you that is when you should awake. That's the time you should eat. That's the time your energy should be up. If that is the time you want to sleep, that's the time you want to shut down, something is wrong. And vice versa. When the sun goes down and the moon is coming out, and that's the time you're all wired up, you want to do this, you think you're more active that time, that's when you think ideas are coming, that's when you want to work with the system, that's when you want to, you want to eat food, that's when you want to, something is wrong. You're working against your natural rhythm. So in Ayurveda, we call it natural rhythms of eating. When your body, there's times in your body when your body's digestive energy is at its peak, and that's when you can eat your heaviest meal and it's food. That's why I can eat a lot and I can't have the thing I'm doing now is that I'm trying to add like 2 kg. That's the challenge I'm having, like that I try to add weight. Meanwhile, I was someone that was once said that there is fat in our family. Everybody in my family is. If you see my siblings, you won't believe that we are related. Because I naturally re-engineered to prove that you can actually make your body what it should be. There's no such thing as we are fat in our family. It's all about what goes in here and how you eat, not just about what you eat, but how you eat. So that's what I'm discussing here. I hope you can still hear me. Please confirm if you can still hear and see my screen. So I'm talking about here, 7 to 10 a.m. is when we want you to eat your breakfast. Please don't tell me you got busy and you're eating breakfast by 12. That is when we should be planning for lunch. And you always hear me talk about liquid before lunch. Your breakfast should be the easiest to digest meal of the day. Because you just woke up, your body has been fasting for about 12 hours sleeping. You don't want to, that's not the time to give it bacon, fried egg, bread, you know, those are heavy. Remember, we talked about animal protein, sausage, egg, they're animal proteins. Remember, bread, processed food, they're going to take a very long time to digest. And they're going to make your body wake up starting to walk. It is not a good way. You're not nice to your body. Right? So want to start easy, and we'll start with your smoothies. Smoothies is a fantastic, easy way to get in liquid before lunch. It's a very easy way to get in all the nutrients. And I made some recipes for you. With time, you're going to find yours. Remember that list of fruits, so you can play with it. Today you can do kiwi and apple. Today you can do only apple and little cucumber. Tomorrow you can add strawberries. And just play with that list. That's why I gave you the list. So you're not thinking, oh, what should I? Just go to that list and choose, right? And some people may say, oh, I don't always have light, or I don't have time to be doing all this smoothie blending every day. It's fine. Carry your apple, jeje, and be chewing. Be masticating in peace. It's all good, right? But why we recommend smoothie is that it's a pre-digested food. So it's already started by breaking down the foods, breaking down the vegetables and making it easy for you to digest, right? And there's something that we add, I recommend that you should add to your smoothie, daily nutritional support. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like, right? It has about 22 fruits and vegetables, and like one of our sisters shared with us, concerning everything is processed, right? Am I saying everything I eat is organic? This is not, I didn't make, this is not a chocolate drink. This is the daily nutritional support, the chocolate flavor. It is processed, but it is also, I have audited and checked anything I am presenting because I'm careful about what I project with my brand. I've gotten so many offers. Some people say, oh, come and talk about this thing. It's for this thing. Now come, we're selling this product. I am careful what I project. It has to be something that I'm a very thorough person. I have checked over and over and over and over. I have gone to Jos before I started buying strawberries from them. I wanted to see the farm. I went to check. So before I project any brand or recommend anything, especially if it's processed, you can be sure that I have checked it. So Equilife is one of the companies that we are affiliated with, and we use a lot of their products. One of their is a smoothie pack. It's a small sachet. You just add it to your smoothie. Okay, and olive oil, you add 1 spoon. I'm going to show you the quantity. Okay, the quantities are here. Is in this sheet, right? So 20 that's 20 to 16 ounces of water. That's how you make your smoothie. You add it with nut milk. What is nut milk? You have store-bought nut milk. You have nut milk, almond milk that is sold in sachet in Tetra packs, right? But I strongly recommend read. Make sure that it is Xanthus gum free. Is carrageen free. I hope you're seeing my screen. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Okay. Or better still, make your own. Buy almond, raw almond. Soak it for a few. You can see online how to soak your nuts. Different nuts have different hours of soaking. I think I'll have to do a video on that. You soak it for, some don't even require soaking, like my macadamia nut doesn't require soaking. You just put it inside your blender, put the quantity of water you want and blend it. Then you filter with your oogie. That thing you used to sieve your oogie or your pap. You filter it, store in your glass, and that's put it in your fridge. Your children can use it for their pap, for whatever they eat with, that they eat cow milk with. That's your milk, cow milk or dairy alternative, right? And you can add it to your smoothie also. Okay, hemp seeds also is another good source of protein source if you can't afford the daily nutritional part. But I can tell you, just like I talked about the blueberries, they are not playing on the same level field. But if you can't afford the daily nutritional support smoothie pack right now, you can order hemp seed. I can share with you. I think we have a couple, in stock. I'm not sure of the prices now. I'll have to check with admin. We sell in 100 grams. Okay, but if you have good sources that they process it clean and you can get it from, that's fine. So you can add any low GI food. It can be your apple, it can be your kiwi. Remember that list that we shared, right? And then you add 1 teaspoon of fat. And I made a list of your fats. Remember, it can be half of avocado fruits, it can be your avocado oil, it can be your olive oil, it can be your coconut oil, right? And you blend and you're drinking it over 60 to 90 minutes. And make your smoothies large, right? Some of you have seen my smoothie. It's not one small. For it to be breakfast, it has to be large, right? Invest in getting some glass mason jars. Okay, invest in those or bottles so that you can use it to store your smoothies. So this is what you'll be taking for breakfast. You can see I made a lot. I asked you to, you can do watermelon juice, you can do kiwi and apple, you can do almond, different kind of nuts. I made a list of the nuts you can use. You can use almond, but please no granuts, right? Almond, cashew nut, macadamia nuts, right? You can do without the nut milk. You can do just water. It's fine. You can just eat the apple. It's fine. But please, if you must add something that we have not recommended, please ask. And if you don't get satiated easily, you can add a bowl of steel cut oats. And I showed how to make it. You have Irish oats, you have steel cut oats. They are sold in your major malls or your major pharmacies. You see them, but not coca oats, please, not your 2 minute oats. Those ones spike up your blood sugar, right? And you can see how fast they get done, and that is how fast they digest in your stomach and spike up blood sugar and help you pack up weight. I also showed how to make your steel cut oatmeal, so you can use that as an assistant if the smoothie no reach you, they not belly full you. So that's for your breakfast, and you have to have your breakfast between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. right? And this thing needs planning, right? Eating healthy, you don't stumble into eating healthy. Like I said, if you don't plan to eat healthy, you don't have healthy around, you're going to eat what you have. There's nothing like willpower about it, right? So for lunch, on these 7 days, no whole foods, right? Because we want glucose to drop. We want your glucose level. We want to digest, take that digestive energy to help the supplements to work, to properly detoxificate and heal your body. So for snacks, if you're feeling peckish, you can chew apple, you can eat a bowl of pawpaw, you can do roasted chickpeas like I talked about, you can do a blend of celery leaves with your fruit and vegetable blend. I'm going to show you a picture of what it means. It's from Epi-Life. You can order from them also. You can take another bowl of smoothie. You can notice that in this conversation, I'm not talking about calories. Weight loss is not about, I know that this might be busting a lot of myths that you thought I was going to be talking about 7 calories, 2 calories. It's not, there's no such thing. If you eat the right things and you eat within the window of your Ayurvedic, your digestive energy support, you're going to see remarkable changes. Okay? And the rule of thumb I always use is eat when you're 80% full, leave about 20% for air and for water. Okay. And I shared a communication. If you're on Instagram, following us on Instagram, you see a lot of this comment, how to eat mindfully, mindful eating. So you don't just sit down and just, I know we grew up, some of us that grew up in large families, we grew up rushing food. Even me, I had to teach myself because I love to rush food. I love to rush food. I grew up in a big family. So if you are not a food rusher, you go hungry in that day. So, and it's the form of community of big families. So if you grow up like that, you have to reculture yourself to take your time and chew thoroughly. I recommend chewing about 30 times. You say 30 times, yes, 30 times. Especially if you're chewing foods that have high intercellular veins like salads. Okay, you have to take time and chew animal protein. We don't chew a lot, and that's why we give our stomach so much issue. You're chewing asun, and you know that asun did not cook it done. And the digestion starts from the mouth. You're not chewing it up to 15 times and you have swallowed it. There's no teeth in your stomach. It's going to stay there and ferment. And you said, I don't know why you're feeling bloated. Okay, so that's why I said if you are having struggles with your digestive energy, You need to first heal yourself using that functional medicine so that these are not bad foods. But if your digestive system is weak, any small thing you're feeling full, any small thing you're feeling bloated, any small thing you're feeling unease, your stomach will start shooting out. Not that you ate so much, but because the digestive system is not strengthened enough for that food that you're eating. I hope I'm making sense. Please let me know. I hope I'm not talking over your head. All right? Let me know in chat if I'm making sense, right? So that is for I was talking about snacks, right? Then for water, the quantity of water you're taking, we're not saying sit down and just drink the whole water, right? You drink half of your body weight across the day. So from when you wake up and when you're going to bed, that is the quantity of water you should have taken. I'm not going to mention the quantity. I want you to watch that video. It's in that video that I shared. Okay? So if you're feeling anxious or feeling, drink water, right? Drink water, but don't drink so close to when you're going to bed because it will make you want to wake up to wee-wee a lot and it could be disruptive for your sleep, right? So no flex meals. After the functional the 8th week, we're going to let you have what we call flex meals. It is 1 meal in a week where you get to eat. Sorry, we are back. Can you still hear me? Can someone please confirm? Sorry, my internet fluctuated a bit. Can someone please confirm if you can hear me? You can hear me now. Cool. So we're talking about lunch, right? We're done talking about snacks, right? If you're still feeling peckish, what you can take, and then made the list of the things you can take. And remember, we're discussing this 7 days detox. We want you to see results, and trust me, if you do this thing that I recommend, you'll be shocked. I'm telling you, this weight you've been trying. They say it's difficult to lose weight. You'll see. I'm telling you, the challenge you're going to have is the challenge to start adding it back. I'm telling you. And it's just timing and good food. Nothing else, really. There's no magic here. I'm showing you everything. Then your lunch, we recommend that, we call it Ayurvedic strongest digestion. The time of the day when your digestive system is the strongest, according to Ayurveda, is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Yes. So keep that in mind. If you need to set a reminder for these things, you may need to. When I was starting, I had to set a reminder to drink water. I had to set a reminder on when I should eat my breakfast. Because if you leave me, I can skip that breakfast till afternoon because I was busy with things. So you may need to set reminders for this thing. You may need to get an accountability partner. That's why I want you to fill up that Excel sheet, right? And that's why I want you to be commenting on the group. That's why I'm making that reminder so that you can bring it to your attention. That's why I send you messages. So between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., you should have your lunch. And these are the variety of lunch that you should have. Some of you have not seen some of them. You're going to find them. Look for Indian or Asian supermarkets around you. If you stay in Lagos, there are a couple of them. You can get this in Ebano. You can get this in, if you know Allen very well, Osata. There's this Osata supermarket. I'm not patronizing them, but these are the places around that I've seen this thing. So you can get lentils there. You can get them in ShopRite. You can get them in, what's the name? Spa. Spa also has a whole shelf. I know Spa in Surulere and on the island. They have a whole whatever for Asian foods. So you can find your lentils there. You can find your mung beans there. You can find your chickpeas there also. And they are not so expensive because they swear when you cook them. So if you take like one small cup, it can be like for 2 major meals. And they fill you up. They are high in fiber. They fill you up very well. And they are very, cost effective, cheaper than the price of rice right now. That is also spiking your blood sugar, which you don't need. You don't need white rice. Trust me. You won't miss it. And if you must eat it, I'll show you how to eat it, right? Because it spikes your blood sugar. So you need to balance it with something that will help balance it down, right? I'll show you how to eat it. So mung beans and lentils, just do it like you do your jollof, right? Just boil it until it's soft, boil until it's soft. You can eat it with stew. You can season it with your seasoning and make a jollof out of it. You can add shrimp, crayfish, fish, whatever. I'm sure by the time you start trying these things, you find what works for you and what works for your taste bud. It might taste unusual, but add some Nigerian pepper. And someone said, everything goes well. So everything goes well with Nigerian pepper, right? Just add some of our local, tatashe and all that, and it tastes so nice, right? With seasoned fish, and add a teaspoon of olive oil, not to cook with it, but as a dressing on top of it, right? This is for lunch. So I made like a 1 week plan for you for these 7 days, right? So you have time now to go and get these things. Don't get so much of them, just a little bit of everything, right? Until you find which one is your favorite. For example, I found that I love cooking cauliflower and broccoli is my best vegetable. Even in that long list, is my favorite. I don't like kale. I don't like, not that I can't eat it, but I don't like spinach. I prefer ugu and green. So with time, you find what works for you, right? But that's why I gave the big list so you have something to choose from, right? I love lentils with mung beans instead of lentils with chickpeas. So with time, you find which combo works for you. Then we recommend non-starchy vegetables. Remember that list where we say the starchy root vegetables are the yam and your plantain. But here we are going for non-starchy vegetables. This is your tomatoes, right? Your tomatoes, your cucumber. Cucumber is a vegetable I talked about. Your broccoli, your bell peppers. Yes, they are vegetables. Those colored peppers, right? The big ones, not the orodo. Your purple cabbage. If you can find purple cabbage, I prefer it to white cabbage for so many reasons, which I can't start talking about right now. Which you can make it with jollof, make it with stew, make it with, find what works for you. Then if you must do rice, please brown basmati rice. That one you have to cook for long before it gets done. Yes, that's the unprocessed one. And you must eat it with beans, some of beans, either your black beans or your white beans, right? And then add some sort of vegetable, barely cooked vegetable as a side dish, and put a sprinkle of olive oil. That is the best way to eat rice. And it must be basmati brown rice if you must eat rice, right? Okay, then quinoa also is another legume that you can find in any of the shops that I mentioned. You can make a shrimp porridge out of it. Pioneer, what they call it, acha. They call it acha in the north. It looks like, what does it look like now? It's tinier than beans, right? And I shared a video how you can make moi moi out of it. But for it to stick together, you need to break full egg, raw egg into it when you're mixing the moi moi. That's the only difference. So you just make it the same way you make your moi moi. But that's that you have to break egg. Egg is like the thing that helps put it together, right? And you make it with leaf. Please stop eating moi moi with nylon or stop eating moi moi with aluminium. Aluminium is one of the top heavy metals that I find a lot of adults intoxicated with. You don't want to with your food. Aluminium foil, aluminium wrap for moi moi, aluminium anything, aluminium pots. These are heavy metals and they're destructive. Right? So ground millets, for those of you that still love swallow, your millet, your buckwheat, your steel cut oats. I hope you know you can use your oats to make swallow, not just for puree. Yeah, for real, but your swallow must be fit size. Look at the size. So fold your hand like this, right? This is the size of your swallow, and I want to see the size. When you make it, show me the size of your swallow. Okay. Then what's it called? And your vegetable has to be barely cooked. Stop overcooking your vegetables. Then your leaf moi moi is another thing. Beans is your go-to. Beans is very, very good for you. Then options on how to cook, I just shared with you. No root vegetables, no yam, no plantain during the 7 days, right? And this is what to eat in the 7 days. Then I also made a menu after the 7 days. Then we can start adding some meat, some animal protein, some organ meat, and all that, right? So so that's that. Is there any question? I know it's been a very long conversation, but that's why I'm recording, so that those that couldn't wait till the end. Is there any questions on this? Because I want to share the supplement lists that we're going to be using for the. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can I get the confirmation? Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. So here we have our wellness supplement rack. I think I have a confirmation that's my screen. Now I can see. Okay, so please be informed. I always like making this disclaimer when people are going to buy lookalikes. Please be informed that we are not responsible for supplements that we did not prescribe for you, or when you go and buy lookalikes. We only guarantee results by the products that we recommend. So before you use any prescription, and before you use what we prescribe, please ensure that you have also filled that intake link for you to share your medical history, so that we are sure that you're not using pharmaceutical drugs that are going to contradict with what we're giving you. Please don't buy your ingestibles from Amazon. I've talked about this. Showing me network unstable, but I hope you can still hear me. Please don't buy your ingestibles from Amazon, anything you're putting in your mouth, because there are lots of fakes, they tamper with dates, batch numbers, and all that. Buy it directly from the manufacturers and the affiliates that are shared. So for the 7 days, for the 7 days detox, this is the supplements. This number one is the first thing we need for the first 7 days into the first 8 weeks, really. Right? This is a set of documents, and I shared the pictures. Why do I share the pictures? Because I use them. I have them. That's how come I have the pictures. So these three, Toxiflush, Garcinia, Cambodia, and Mag Oxid 7. Toxiflush you can get from big pharmacies and shops around. What's it called? Alive Women. I tried Alive Women or Alive Men. There is a men version. There is a link for it, which I'm with. They have Alive Men, they have Alive. So you get Alive Women if you're a woman, you get Alive Men if you're a man. So we call them the AM and PM supplements. So in the morning, after your morning Gatorade, which is your pinch of salt and your lemon juice, after taking that, you take a glass of water, lukewarm water, not cold water. Then the next thing you take as you wake up is your Alive supplements. This one, your Alive supplements. If you're a woman, you're taking the Alive Women. If you're a man, you're taking just one. It's a daily nutritional supplement. It has like your all-in-one bunch of supplements, the multi-nutrients that you require for the day. So you're taking that in the morning. Then last thing at night, after dinner, when you are about to go to bed, you would take 2 capsules of each of this, 2 capsules of the Toxiflush, 2 capsules of the Garcinia, and 2 capsules of the Mag O7. The Mag O7 is a colon cleanser and is oxidated. And why I love them is that they are not going to purge you, they won't make you want to stool, they will just easily do the work. And when you wake up, you're taking them at night. So you wake up in the morning, you slowly, excrete and clean out your digestive and your guts, digestive system and your guts. So this Garcinia and this other one is the variant of it. Either of them works. Any of them that you get works for each other. So there are 3 supplements you're taking for before you go to bed. Then in the morning you're taking the Alive Woman first. This detox yogi tea is just your your herbal tea. If I like my tea cold, so I add it a lot to my water. It helps me also to achieve my water intake. So we also have it in stock. If you're interested to get it, we have it in stock. You take your water with it, or you take it as tea. Okay. Then so that's that. So that's what you're going to be using for the first 8 weeks. But you're going to start it from 31st. So you need to get those. And why we always start with this is because this, I think you can easily get this in any of these shops that I mentioned. I'm not sure what their prices are. The only one we have in stock right now we can get for you is the Toxiflush and the Garcinia. We have them in stock. And if you're interested, you can let us know and we'll send you the payment details, and we just pay for delivery, and they will send our delivery person to you. You pay on delivery, right? Yes, for the Mag O7, unless it's a very big pharma, you could order those. I already shared the link. So alternatively, we recommend this fat loss protocol for weight loss. This is Fatlocity, and this is one of the products. Let me see to take me to the link. So when you click this link, this is where it brings you. This is the product. So these 2 products does the work of those 3 supplements. It does the work of the 3 PM supplements that I earlier mentioned. Okay, so as an integrative health practitioner, I always have to find what would help my clients make it more available. This one you need to order from the US, and that's why I shared the link. So you can order directly, but I order for my clients also. We order every other week, right? We order every other week, and in less than 2 weeks, you get your order. So that's the price. It's roughly about $85. Is it an AM and PM? So it does, if you get this, you don't need to get the Alive men or women. You don't need to get any of the other supplements that I shared their pictures. This is your AM and your PM supplements, right? For that 8 weeks. And this is what it does. It helps you to burn fat even when you're sleeping. Okay. And it contains a lot. Look at let me show you some details about it. The link is there. So you can order it for yourself. And it's all Asian herbs. It's all Asian herbs. And it helps you to achieve 24 hours fat burning. And trust me, in these 7 days, you're going to see results with it. It contains top 6 ingredients that are very, very critical for weight loss, right? And it has instructions on how to take it, right? And we also shared in the video that I shared with you, I shared how to take it, in the morning and when you go to bed. So the details are there, right? Let me see if I can go back to, you can't see the screen. Oh, you were not seeing the screen at all, right? Wow. Okay. So when I click that link, this is where it brought me to. Can you see it now? Please, can you confirm? So this is where, when you click that, it is still dark. I can't see the screen. Wow. Maybe because it's a link. I'm sorry. You may need to click. The link is there. Is in the document. I'm going to share the document with you. Oh, now you can. Okay, let me reproject. Maybe it was taking time to load. So this is the link for the 7 days fat loss detox. This is the product you need to get. You need to order it. It's made in the US, and I think they ship from UK also, but you can order it directly from US. If you want to order through us, you can use the link and let us know, and we can order for you, and you get it in 2 weeks. So, and this is the benefit. I hope you can see the screen now. It's a day and night fat burning system that is formulated to help you boost your metabolism for results. And it helps you burn fat even when you're sleeping. Okay, it contains ancient healing herbs, that gives you results, right? That gives you results. And it's one that I have tried. I have used it. You can see the pictures I'm sharing from what I have. Look at the ingredients that it includes. Brown grape breaking results. I've seen nothing like it. And for me to recommend it, you can be sure that I've looked it over and over again. So you can order it, and that's what we're going to be doing for the 7 days. Yeah. So let me go back to. So it's either you're getting that supplement or you're getting this set that I just shared with you. And these ones you can get in Nigeria, or you can use the link and get the other one. Okay. I hope it's clear. And the instructions on how to use comes with the prescription. Is very, very easy, right? Then after the 7 days, we are going to start with our functional medicine detox. What is our functional medicine detox? Our functional medicine detox is this. Let me see if I can share the link. I also provide you the link. You can go and order it yourself. These are the only things you're going to order. So this is what it looks like. Can you see my screen? This is a supplement. I'm opening up everything. I'm not hiding anything. So you can go and get them yourself. Okay. Even though we're supposed to share this during when you pay for the 12 weeks metabolic detox, but I'm sharing it with you so that you can order them. The link is also there. This is the supplement. And you are going to use this for 12 weeks. And I recommend that every adult is supposed to do a functional medicine detox at least once in a year. Once in a year. They are not drugs, they are all herbs. The reason why they are in capsules is because if you add it, if they give you the herbs and you add it directly to water, you find it too bitter to assimilate. So I like that it's in capsules, so I don't even feel the taste when I swallow it. I'm currently doing a functional medicine detox. I do it once in a year. is a phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox. I've spoken extensively on the benefits of functional medicine detox, and these are the benefits. It supports your liver for detoxification, is giving you the necessary essential nutrient support that you need. It helps with weight loss, it helps to boost your metabolism, and these are the major ingredients that it contains. And trust me, I have searched several other, supplements or weight loss bars and all that. I have found nothing like this. It's so complete in purity, in everything, and it comes with also the smoothie packs that you're going to use for the detox and how you should use it. You can see the timing is very thorough, and the kind of meals you should eat in between to get best results, and what you can expect to get. This is what I'm taking, this daily nutritional support, the pure chocolate. That's what I'm taking. That's what that's what is in this cup. So you can order those, or you can let us know and we can help you get those. And I also share the link, so there's nothing to hide. And because I want you to have results, so you can get them. You wasn't order from us, just use the link. Ensure you're using the link and you're using the product, not lookalikes that we shared with you. Then these are just additives. If you bloat a lot or you feel heavy after eating, we have what we call the digestive enzyme, or you can get take 2 cups of milk tensil. This is what it looks like. The one from Wholehearts is good. I'm showing the picture of them because I have them, I use them. So if you feel bloated a lot, or after a heavy meal at night, or you went out with friends, or there's a party and you had composed, or you've not eaten all day and the only time you had to eat was in the night, this helps to speed up digestion so that the food doesn't stay in your stomach for a long time. So I'm going to give a list of this document. This is your daily activated multivitamin. Is the best that I've found. You can see this is my hand. I have them. I'm not prescribing for you to go and buy one of you both things that I've not used or I've not tried. This is what I use for my daily upkeep. Now that is why because you can't get all this from your fruit and vegetable. I'm sorry, you can't. And for several reasons, you can't. Anybody that's telling you to, there is need for the right natural supplement. And that's why I provide my clients with this. You can see the one I'm taking now, the daily nutritional support. That's what you have in this cup. That's what it looks like. It comes in a pack with small sachets inside. So this one sachet can do like 5 or 6 smoothies. You just need to take 2 scoops out of it. And it can last you. The one I've been using now for a while, right? Then you have your daily vegetable and daily vegetable blend. And I want to show you something about this, because a lot of times people say, oh, but I'm taking fruits. It's not enough. What fruits are you taking? Taking banana and mango. It's not enough to give you all that you require. This fruit and vegetable contains 22 different fruits, and I've really audited and checked them. They are allergy free, they are gluten free, they are nut free, they are dairy free, they are egg free, they are soya free. These are things that make people take supplements and they bloat and they feel, oh, it's not working and all that. And it contains 22 different vegetables and fruits and superfoods all in one. How much broccoli can you eat to get this in? How much cauliflower can you eat to get this in? But you have a smoothie powder is giving you this much, and it's so pure, right? It's processed. Like I told you, we eat processed food and all that. But I ensure that these things, the companies have environmental responsibility to ensure that they produce clean products before I prescribe them. I hope you're still seeing my screen. So these are the benefits, and I have audited the company. I've checked them. I'm one of their affiliates, and this is how the pack comes. It's a rainbow blend of 22 fruits and vegetables and superfoods, and you get it. It may look like it's expensive, but you see, you're paying for not going to hospital very frequently. You're paying for too much antibiotics that you have to go take if they take you to the hospital. You're paying for cell renewal and the different toxicity and stress impact that we face every day. You cannot get this from your nutrients and your basic orange and apple. You can't. You need natural supplementation. It is a need for today's urban adults because we are faced with a lot of toxicity coming from your flora, your skin products, your pharmaceutical drugs, everything, the food, the processed food that you eat, the cereal, everything. There's so much toxicity in the world that we live today in urbanization. So it's important that you give your body what it needs to recoup and to be strong so that you're not shaky and all that. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for not having aged people's disease. You're paying for all this. They're having the clarity of mind to do the job, because I always tell people a how do they put it again? A billionaire, a sick billionaire only has one wish. But a billionaire, how do they say? A billionaire has a million wishes, or everybody has a billion wishes, but a billionaire has only a sick billionaire only have one wish. You can have a lot of aspirations and dreams and things they want to do. If your body is not healthy enough to carry up with it, you won't be able to. So it may look, yeah, it's expensive, maybe $59, but look at what you're paying for. I use it, what I'm showing you, you can see my hand, you can see I'm using it. So I'm not preaching for you to look at. I'm sharing my screen again. This is my house. This is my office, daily fruit and vegetable. This is my glass bottle, glass cup that I used to make a shake. I just put it in water and I do a protein shake. That's all, and I take. Then omega-3, this is well prescribed for your child, and especially for if you have children. We recommend this omega-3 support strongly, especially if you eat a lot of processed food, or you're still giving them a lot of baby milk and baby cow milk and cereal and all those processed food, and you're sleeping less and you're over 35. I strongly recommend that you add this omega-3 support to your routines. If you struggle with sleep, stress, a lot, full spectrum. So it depends, right? This is just a variety of things. If you struggle with sleep, we have the sleep support protocol. I'm going to share this with you, and also the activated vitamin B complex that you can get, because vitamin B is what helps you to deal with stress. I'm telling you, it's see how much stress that we deal with. We've been talking now for about 2 hours plus, but the things I'm sharing with you, I can bet you have never heard anything like this. Some people have never heard about functional medicine detox before. They have never heard anything like this, and you can't get this anywhere else. Trust me, you can't. So the recommended sequence of healing is, first you need to do that Fatlocity detox, which is that the set of 3-in-1 AM and PM detox that I shared with you. That's the first step. You start losing weight immediately as you start. I'm telling you, you need to take your measurements. You need to take your before. Please send your before pictures if you haven't. Because how can you know when you're making progress if you don't have the statistics of what you look like now? So you need to take your pictures, you need to take the dimensions, use a measuring tape, Taylor's measuring tape, measure your stomach and cross your belly button. I'm going to share the template with you and fill it up. Measure your weight on the scale, make sure the scale is working, the battery is working. So as you're checking your weight, you can see a difference and you can see if it's working or not. Then the second step is what I call the CBO protocol, which is also the functional medicine detox, which is the one I've shown you that you have to do for the 12 weeks. Okay, these are the steps, and we're monitoring for results. And there are people that also need to do, but this is not specific. This is bio individuality. We need to talk about if the person needs it. But a lot of people get results from step 1 and step 2. Once they do step 1 and step 2, they are fine. They feel a lot better, right? So these are your daily activities. You wake up in the morning, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. You're doing your stretch. I'm going to share with you some pictures how you can do your stretch. You don't need any equipment. You don't need to go to the gym. It's something you can do in your room. Once you wake up, you just do some stretches. You do some breathing, deep breathing. I'm going to share some links on how to practice deep breathing. We do a lot of shallow breathing. Okay. Then you meditate. This should happen between 4 to 5 a.m. Then 5 to 6 a.m. you're doing your early morning Gatorade, right? Like I said, you can see my cup, your Mediterranean sea salt, and your squeeze of lemon juice. That's all. You're taking your Gatorade. Then 6 to 7, you're taking your AM supplements and water. And then you should aim to go to the toilet between that time. Okay? Then you're doing your body movement. Go to the gym if you have a gym membership. If you are still a couch potato, you have not started, you're not with the gym, you don't do any form of exercise, target 10K steps daily. Start with that. You can start with 5K, okay? And monitor it. Most of the phones and watches and all that can monitor your steps. Monitor it. Start with it. Basic, right? And follow what we call when we have our next, we're going to talk about exercise program, how to graduate from where you are to move up to exercise program, okay? Then you're doing your breakfast. This is my steel pot oatmeal. I added a little bit of brown sugar and homemade almond milk as a side meal, especially when I do my workouts. I feel a lot hungrier than smoothie, so I add oatmeal, right? So you're eating your liquid before lunch between that time. Then if you feel like snacking, this is what chickpeas, roasted chickpeas. This is my hand. This is my office. This is my chickpeas as my snack. That's what it looks like. Then between 12 to 2, you're doing your lunch. Your heaviest meal of the day should be during that time because that's when your digestive energy is high up. Then we recommend that you stop eating by 8 p.m. I already shared healthy tips, so precious top healthy tips. And one of them is that you should stop eating by 8 p.m. max. That is a stretch. If you missed the food, you were too busy to eat, forget that food. Move it to the next day, you won't die, right? Maximum. What I recommend strongly is 7 p.m. But at a stretch. Why? Because there is no digestive enzymes in your system by after 7 p.m. The food will just sit there, right? But if you must eat, you can take a cup of freshly blended ginger, not freshly blended, and I probably will make a video on how to, do that. Just blend it with your blender, the water, boil it, and take a steam. That's all. You can add some honey for taste. It's too pungent for your taste, right? So it helps, ginger helps with breaking down food, but at a stretch, 8 p.m., right? And try to be in bed maximum by 10 p.m. And we're going to talk about sleep improvement, how to reset your sleep rhythm if you're already distracted, and all that. We're going to discuss that in our next class. But today I wanted us to be more zeroed on diets, and more or less. Yeah, so I hope you've been able to get value. I hope it was worth your time. A lot of people, because I know it's been a long class. I probably didn't do a disclaimer that it's going to be a long class, but I hope it was worth your time, and I hope you gained a lot of value. This is 11:22, and I'm glad that we recorded. So those that have time will go back and watch. Is there any further questions before we sign out? Because this will be it. And I also shared these documents, right? And I'll share it so that you can go to the links and also get them. Okay. I think that will be all. Thank you so much. You want to say something?
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, I wanted to say thank you. I think you've covered it all, and it's so so informative and detailed, so it's just easy to follow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you for joining in. I hope I'm going to share the other details so that we can follow through. And if there are any forms or links you have not filled, please take time to do those because it will also help us to know what we may need to recommend. Because a lot of times we need to tweak because everybody's not different. Everybody's on a different level of healing. So, but if we are able to get some information, we're able to know what to tick and say, oh, you do this or tweak this or don't do this or add a little bit of this or add more of this or less of this and all that. That's what we need that intake form for. Yeah.
Okay, I think what is left for me is the waist to hip ratio measurement.
Yeah. Okay.
I was watching a video on how to do that, so I think I'll do that and send to you.
Yeah. I think I explained it in that video. How to calculate it. You just need your height and your weight, really, and then use measuring tape to measure through your belly button.
It wasn't really clear. I had to watch another video of someone else measuring.
Oh, okay. Did you get it, or should I? Let me see if I can. Just a minute, because it's important. That's actually where I don't like using BMI. BMI is not, and I shared in that video where I think is not a very good way to actually measure progress. Let me just quickly project so that I can explain that quickly. Okay, let me see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, it's coming. Okay. All right. So this is just the way to do it. You stand up straight. You breathe out. That means you don't hold yourself. You breathe out at ease.
Okay.
You use a measuring tape, the normal tape that tailors used to measure, to take the distance around the smallest part of your waist, just above your belly button. That is where your waist circumference is. Where your belly button is, just above it. Run the tape around it and have a paper and biro close to you to measure what you got. Then measure around the largest part of your hips. That's the widest part of your buttocks. That is your hip circumference. You also write that down. So how to calculate your waist to hip ratio is divide that your waist circumference by your hip circumference. That's all.
Okay.
So you now look at the results based on this, how you can rate if it's low, moderate, or high. For women, 0.80 or lower is low. Moderate is 0.81 to 0.85. High is anything above 0.86. That's basically how to measure it. And I also shared details here why a high one has an increased risk, even in people that have moderate BMI, and why I think BMI is not a good predictor for what's it called, health issues. So this is it. You can just screen your but this is in the video that I shared. You can screen your phone also.
I have.
So that's how to do. Anything else that is not quite clear?
I think that's about it. Even though I wanted to ask you, I treated what is it called now? Ulcer.
Okay.
I did a H. pylori and they said there was bacteria. I did the whole. That was when you were in my ears and telling me they would just keep telling me to take antibiotics or the gas will go away. So that's one of the reasons.
Acid blockers, PPIs are one of the go-to for conventional medicine for ulcer and H. pylori or what's it called, gut system sensitivities. Those are there. And if you look at the pack, it tells you don't take more than 2 weeks. But because the doctor cannot help you longer than that, so if you come, they'll still put it back on it or give you a higher grade of antibiotics. And it's addictive. It wrecks your the digestive and the gut system. So the healing part is I strongly recommend that you do the functional medicine detox. I strongly recommend it. You need to do it. It's just once a year. You do it, and I'm telling you, it will be as if you have a brand new body. I do it once a year. I'm currently doing it now. You do it, you take it for that long. Yes, it's a 3 what's it called? 3 packs. You're going to take it for 3 months. And it's all natural. There's no taste. It's just in a capsule. You take it, but you have to be diligent with it. And even if you miss it for a day or 2, you go back. When you start again, you go back. It's fine. You continue doing it until you finish it. It's a life transformer. I'm telling you, it's a life transformer, especially if you're dealing with any form of gut or digestive system issue. You need a candida bacterial overgrowth. That is what the functional medicine detox is. CBO is candida bacterial overgrowth, because that's what's happening. In some people, is SIBO, is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It is just a gut system issue, and you can't heal it with what's it called, with giving it antibiotics or acid blockers. It's going to make matters worse. It's going to make so I strongly recommend. Start with these 7 days. This supplement you can get from here, the ones for the 7 days. Then order that functional medicine detox, that CBO, that's candida bacterial overgrowth. Start with that. I will monitor with the meal plan that we shared while you're doing that detox. We'll monitor. It is what it in every way. It's totally life transforming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. Thank you for joining us. So we'll wrap it up here.